Good morning, viewers at home. You are welcome to today's edition of Newspapers Today. My name is Kayode Adebayo. There are quite a number of newspapers that are available for review this morning. Let me quickly go over the newspapers. First, I have with me here The Nation. I also have the Vanguard. The Punch is also here for review. I have the Daily Sun. Daily Times is also here. Then I have this National Economy. The Nigerian Tribune is also here. I have Daily Trust. This day newspaper is also available. I have New Telegraph. Leadership newspaper is also here. Then The Guardian. Business Day. I also have the Blueprint. Now, let me go over the headline stories as contained in the newspapers before we begin the review proper. On the front page of The Nation newspaper, tension in states over PDP APC governorship primaries. Then on the front page of the Vanguard, presidency, all eyes on Buhari as APC weighs options. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, APC governorship tickets, aggrieved aspirants seek direct primary, alleged governors hijack delegate list. On the front page of the Daily Sun, have this one, PDP presidential primary, Saraki, Atiku, Mohammed, Wike, Obi are top runners. Then on the front page of the Daily Times, I have this one, minimum wage adjustment arrears, federal government to spend 34 billion naira on ASU, Polytechnic, Colleges of Education lecturers. Then on the front page of the National Economy, labor unions kick as mass sack loans in banking sector. Then another story on Nigerian Tribune, killing of pregnant woman, 4 children in Anambra, Can, Arewa group say things getting out of hand. Then on the front page of the Daily Trust, I have this one, terrorists killed 65 farmers, others in Katsina, Borno attacks. On the front page of this day newspaper, I have this one, Ayatuddin, 2023 presidential election is PDP's to lose. Then on the front page of the New Telegraph newspaper, I have this one, drama, gunshot as EFCC arrests Okorocha for jumping bail. Then on the front page of the Leadership newspaper, there is this story, as governorship primaries kick off, 300 APC PDP aspirants beg delegates for party tickets. Then on the Guardian newspaper, I have this one, primaries, confusion trails Buhari governors meeting as APC adjusts timetable. Then on the front page of the Business Day newspaper, businesses face higher loan costs on CBN's rate hike. Then lastly, on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper, I have this one, alleged killing of Northerners. Anambra government cautions on reportage. CNG can warn on conspiracy of silence. Those are the headline stories that we have in the newspapers that are available for review this morning. And with me to review the newspaper this morning is our regular guest on the program, Citizen Olawe. You are welcome on the program.
Good morning.
Thanks
for having me.
How's the family?
Great.
You are welcome. Now, let's begin the review now. On the front page of the Nation newspaper, tension in states over PDP, APC governorship primaries. Why should there be tension?
The tension is as a result of violence that we have seen in some places, like here in Osun, we have heard of the attack of the incumbent governor's campaign trail in Bongo area. We have also heard of the destruction of the billboards of the candidates of the People's Democratic Party. And then we have also heard of flexing of muzzles by those who call the shots in the two frontline parties.
Okay.
So I believe that is what is creating the tension. The governors want to hold on to want to keep their grip on the party structure in their states for their benefits. They want to determine who wins the tickets by controlling the delegates, while the different aspirants want to get to office. And then all this is because of the value that we have attached to political, financial value that is attached to political offices. And that's why people want to get there by all means. Like the former one-time president of Nigeria, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, introduced a popular slogan now that's do or die. Politics should not be a do or die affair. But now, because politics in Nigeria is a do or die affair, we should expect tension.
Now, let's see this political story on the Vanguard newspaper. Presidency, all eyes on Buhari as APC weighs options. All eyes on Buhari.
Yes, because as the president of the country, he's also the leader of the APC, and then they believe that he has more to say about what happens in the party. And that is why all eyes on him. Is like the way a child will look up to the father, the way religious people will look up to their God for intervention or for the way forward. So also are members of the APC looking up to Babu,
President
Buhari, to know the way forward.
All right, let's move over to the Punch newspaper for another political story. APC governorship tickets, aggrieved aspirants seek direct primary, alleged governors hijack delegate list.
Direct primaries is being clamored for to whittle down the power of governors. Like I said earlier, governors want to have a grip. When they use when the delegate system is adopted, that's indirect primaries, they are able to control or determine who the delegates vote for. And then those powerful people that call the shots in the party can also determine who delegates vote for, either by camping them in hotels, giving them money, paying them money. I don't know how true it is. I've read online of the son of a former vice president demanding for a refund of the money that was paid to delegates. So you can imagine. But when it's direct, every registered member of the party has a right to vote, and we determine, all registered members, we determine who becomes the candidates of the party at all levels. So that way democracy is deepened because more people have a role to play. And then because of the large number of people, it is difficult for money bags and governors to control who those people, because how many people are you going to settle? But in a situation where you use the delegate system, you can easily pay a number of people a huge sum of money and get them to do your bidding. But when you have every member of the party, how many people are you going to settle? Yes, it's going to be cumbersome, especially with the state of insecurity. It might be a little difficult, but it is not impossible. I believe that it is the way to go. Every member of the party must have a say. Just as every member, every Nigerian who is of age and has a valid voter's card should also determine who becomes the president, the governor, the senator, the member of House of Rep, members, and so on in Nigeria.
All right. Also on political stories, let's have this one from the Daily Sun. Presidential primary. PDP presidential primary, Saraki, Atiku, Mohammed, Wike, Obi are top runners.
Atiku has always, he's a top runner because he has always been part of the race.
Okay.
Since he left office as a vice president. Okay. And then he's gone round virtually almost, or he has tried the leading, some of the leading political parties. Okay. So that is why he's considered to be one of the front runners. Okay. Same thing with Bukola Saraki. Okay. He's been a governor, he's been the president of the Senate, and then he's been playing active role in stabilizing PDP. So I believe that is why, and then it's also, I would say, of a younger generation. That is why he's also considered. And then Wike too. Okay. He's been there all along in PDP. Yeah. So, and he's still calling the shots in PDP. And then Peter Obi, he recently joined the PDP, but he was one time the
governor,
president, and then he also held an important position in Central Bank of Nigeria. And then people believe that during his tenure as governor of Anambra State, he achieved some things, and then people believe in him, especially now that people are clamoring for zoning of presidency, which I do not believe in anyway. The qualification to becoming the president of Nigeria should not be about where the candidate comes from, its ethnic group or religious belief. It should be about the ability, the capacity, and the integrity of the candidate to deliver.
Let's also have this one. Ayatuddin, 2023 presidential election is PDP's to lose. That's coming from Ayatuddin. What do you have to say?
It is the people that can decide on who wins or who loses. And then that is all. God also has a role to play there because he controls the heart of kings. Okay. So wherever he directs the Nigerians to go is where they will go.
Okay, here's another related story. As governorship primaries kick off, 300 APC PDP aspirants beg delegates for party tickets. begging delegates.
Yes, because this is delegates are the beautiful bride now. Okay. This is the time they make their millions. Yes. And that is why I believe those aggrieved candidates who believe their governors have taken stiff control of the party structure are clamoring for direct primaries that will give every registered member of the party the right to vote, so that money will not just go to very few people.
Okay, now let's have this one on Daily Times. Minimum wage adjustment arrears. Federal government to spend 34 billion naira on ASU Polytechnic Colleges of Education lecturers.
I think it's a good news. I pray that is the tension and make ASU and so on to call off the strike and go back to class, so that Nigerian students, children of the poor, can go back to school. Okay. And then I just want to also talk about the alleged the allegations levied against the former Accountant General of the Federation that he embezzled 80 billion naira. So if 34 billion naira is all we need to pay the arrears of the minimum wage, you can see how bad corruption has dealt with us in Nigeria. Because it's not even up to half of the amount of money that he said to have pocketed. If he alone looted 80 billion without anybody knowing in good time, we are not even sure if that is all that he has taken, if there is more. And then we do not know others that are also involved in similar activities. Yes. And that's why there is problem in Nigeria. I'm happy that his own case has been discovered. I only hope that EFCC will be able to prove the case against him beyond reasonable doubt in a competent, in a law of competent jurisdiction.
Now, let's have
to serve as a deterrent to others.
Let's have this story from the national economy. Labor unions kick as mass sack looms in banking sector.
Wow. The state of the economy. And then we know that the banking sector has quite a huge number of workers because they exist in virtually every town. And then if, because of the the poor state of our economy, we have to send more people into the labor market. Nigeria is said to be the world capital of poverty, which is as a result of unemployment. So if more people are pushed into the labor market, it means more problem for the nation. But if there is a need to downsize in the banking sector, what I will kindly appeal for is that those that would be sent packing should be retrained, either to become self-employed or to be able to work elsewhere in other parts of the in other sectors of the economy. They should just not be pushed into the labor markets. They should be retrained.
Now let's see this story from a New Telegraph. Drama: gunshots as EFCC arrest Okorocha for jumping bail.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. This is a presidential candidate. So if he jumped bail, what is the exemplary act that he's putting up? What about, I just spoke about the capacity, the capability and integrity of the candidates. It should not be about where the candidate is coming from, the ethnic group of the candidate, the religious belief of the candidate, but the integrity and the capability and capacity of the individual to steer Nigeria's ship to promised land. That is important. And then the culture of impunity in Nigeria is worrisome. People believe that they are bigger than the state. Even small fries, when they give a token to a policeman in connivance with some bad eggs in the police and other security agencies, they are allowed to go and behave as if they are above the law. While law-abiding citizens are manhandled at every given opportunity. So that culture of impunity should be condemned. He jumped bail. Why should he jump bail? A clear conscience fears no accusation. When he jumps bail as a presidential candidate, what is he telling others? What is he telling Nigerians at the motor parks to do? What is he telling mere thugs to do? If a whole presidential candidate of a ruling party believes that he is above the law.
Okay, let's quickly see this story before we round up. On the Nigerian Tribune, killing of pregnant woman, 4 children in Anambra, can Arewa group say things getting out of hand?
I condemn that act, and everybody should condemn it. The life of every Nigerian is important and should count. Nobody has the right to kill anybody. Those who killed that woman and her 4 children should be brought to book as quickly as possible. I condemn it the way I condemn the killing of Deborah in Sokoto. Deborah Samuel, I condemn her killing in Sokoto. I also condemn the killing of the pregnant woman and her 4 children. Every life is important. And nobody has a right to take the life of any Nigerian.
Now, this related story. Terrorists killed 65 farmers, others in Katsina, but no attacks.
Yes, because we are not united against the war, against terrorism. We are simply playing religious and ethnic cards. We should condemn every act of terrorism should be condemned. we should also not play politics with it. We should encourage the military to do the needful.
Okay.
They should be motivated. We should stop condemning it. And nobody, why should, because the way Nigeria is going, every Nigerian is responsible for the state of insecurity we're in. Criminals who are benefiting from terrorism do not want it to end. Criminals everywhere, in the military, in the civilian population, are responsible for the present state of insecurity in Nigeria. And then so we should stop talking about religion. We should stop talking about ethnicity, and we should stop playing politics when terrorist acts take place.
Okay, let's see this one. Alleged killing of Northerners. Anambra government cautions on reportage. CNG can warn on conspiracy of silence.
Yes, that it should be condemned. That's what the Khan is saying. But I don't understand what the reportage the governor is talking about. Is it that it should not be reported? Or is it that it should be reported in a particular manner?
Yeah.
Lives have been taken. The way Deborah Samuel's killing was reported, the same way. In fact, our own case has not even attracted enough publicity. She's a Nigerian, and her life should count. And I demand for I demand justice for her and her 4 children and the unborn child.
All right. Thank you, Citizen Lola. Viewers at home, this is where we're going to stop on the program for today. You join my colleagues tomorrow for another edition of Newspaper Today. Until then, I am Kayode Adebayo. Bye-bye. Thank you.